Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is DevTales, where we are going to be working on our SCAR system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. This is a custom system that we've been developing for quite a while now, for playing as Pokemon, Digimon, monsters from Monster Hunter, and more. So, do go check it out on our Discord over on itch.io and let us know what you think. For now, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be working on our conditions because they have sat there for quite a while with no updates. Also, why is that video so loud?
Man, I wish the navigation on mobile was much better. Can't even skip chapters or navigate to a specific page.
What was that?
I wish the navigation on mobile were better. I can't even skip chapters or anything.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that.
I know. Yeah, I must have skipped it. Alright, what chapter is the magic stuff? Because I can't even see a table of contents.
Oh, magic stuff? That is chapter 7.
Okay. There it is. I did have the thought. I just wanted to double check before I suggested it. I'm kind of lukewarm on this idea, but I thought I'd throw it out anyway. The manipulation of time, chronomancy or something like that. I don't quite like this because we already have it as a, like, most of it's going to be in the primeval features for the initiative stuff. And also, as a tendency, whenever you can influence action economy, it has a tendency to be extremely powerful in tabletop games. So I don't like the concept of balancing it, but it would be like a potential magic school if you wanted to go with it.
We did set divination for traits related to the future, time, and truth. But we could pull time out of that if we have enough to go for time. You know.
In my opinion, I would kind of, like, if I were just looking at it based on the school names, I would kind of expect divination to be a lot more based on modifying dice results, with time being more, well, I guess. I guess it just depends on the quantity. If divination starts feeling a little bit bloated. Or alternatively, because these features have a tendency to be very powerful in a tabletop scenario, it might be beneficial to separate them just to introduce more opportunity cost. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll separate out chronomancy.
It was just a thought I had. And this might be something you particularly like. Um, I don't know the full details of how it could be implemented, and it might be better as a primeval feature instead. But something related to explicitly taking gambles and risks and getting results out of that. Which again could fall under divination, but
No, I've got a vague idea of a entropist.
ooh,
There. Entropist. Traits related to chaos and taking gambles on an uncertain outcome.
just thought I'd throw those out real quick since I had those ideas.
Yeah. Oh, they are presents. Oh, that's a pretty duck. Oh, the tree over there has lights on it. And so does that one in there. Ooh. Anyways, work. Yes. Duke. Sorry, guys, for being quiet. Somewhat typical for these when I'm just sitting here typing away.
Toot toot.
Raijin is cute. Sorry, Gaiman, quote 245 refers to quote 244, which then refers to quote 100.
At some point, we're just going to have an entire choose your own adventure in terms of branching paths on quotes.
Oh, God.
If you wish to TF into Marten, please quote 273. If you wish to TF into Kangaroo, please quote 242. If you wish to TF into Doug, please pay tribute to the Whiskers.
Oh, yeah, you up for a talkie icon? Key wants to get a talkie icon for his snow leopard character, and Whiskers is a little very busy. Good night, Gandhi.
Oh, it's going to be a fun night. Yes, I can do that for Keith.
Okay. Yes, feed the ghost. Become duck. No, I do not mean angels, Google Docs. I mean angles.
Google Docs be like, I can be your devil or I can be your angel.
Alright, the cover condition is achieved anytime you go behind something sufficiently large enough to obscure at least part of your body. Attacks coming in when you are behind cover suffer from difficulty penalties to accuracy as you are more difficult to hit. Cover has 3 classifications: light, heavy, and full. Light cover is when up to roughly half of your body is obscured from view or otherwise behind a surface that could be difficult to penetrate. Heavy cover is when most of your body is behind a barrier. Full cover is when you are fully behind something and out of view of the attacker. These do not necessarily mean that you are only partially behind an object, though, as cover can also refer to the strength of the object you are behind. You could be behind heavy cover in the form of bulletproof glass and still fully visible, in which case part of the accuracy penalty would be actually penetrating through the glass to hit you. Your storyteller will determine what variety of cover you achieve when you go behind it. I think that's pretty good. Similarly, you could be behind cardboard while you are fully out of view of your attacker. It may only count as light cover, since cardboard is very easily penetrated, but your attacker does not know your exact position behind it. Yes, yes.
Is that Rex's new name? Cover?
No.
The Rex Strider?
Oh, a little deer duck. Cute. This one is probably going to warrant a, this flanked condition is probably going to warrant a chart. But the flanked condition is caused when two members of the same team are directly across from an enemy from each other, and both of them are engaged in melee with the enemy. This condition is only applicable when both of those who would cause it are directly on opposite sides. Hello, Vari.
Hi, Vari.
Oh, it's going all right. Just working on the scar system. I need to go find a note box. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Oh, did you, Gib Gab? Hey, I got a nutcracker duck. Oh, it plays the nutcracker.
Do 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 do.
Dook doo 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 dook 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 dook. Do 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 dook dook do 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 dook 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 dook. Oh, the ornament one just quacks like the rest. Where's the deer? There's the deer. Ah, sleigh bells. I mean, your previous mic was good. I had no issues with it.
I mean, Zim tolerates my Bluetooth microphone while I'm at work.
To be fair, you do get boyfriend privileges for that.
Now, let me just set up a mobile computing setup so that I can carry a condenser mic with me at work. Just roll it around while I'm working.
Do it.
Hypothetically, with my tablet, I think no, I should stop thinking about this. This is a bad thought.
Alright, Gib Gab, get on voice and let us hear your new mic then.
Hey, Zim.
Yes.
Aw.
Mwah.
There we go. Hi,
Hello there.
I live again. Sorry, somebody just informed me of the most like absolutely insane cheapening out strategies. I was looking to buy the little like phone covering for it because I was like, okay, let me might as well get it to make sure like I got the full set, and then someone was like, the current one I have is too big for the other mic, so someone went like, oh, just turn it inside out and put it on the mic and it worked. And I'm like, wow, that's like next level ghetto mic strats. I love that. But yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm so happy.
What is the
I
mic
can
that you got?
I got the SM57 from Sure.
Ah,
I've been a stickler for XLRs, so I just did a double combo. I got a new interface because the old one was fine, but it was reaching some limits, and I wanted to get one that would last basically for the next about 10 years, give or take. Which as far as I understand, this one is a pretty good buy. And then I got the new mic, which I was like, to summarize the very long thing, I was looking at four Shure mics. Funnily enough, I didn't realize they were all Shure until I was like, wait, hold on, I'm looking at them side by side. They're all from the same company. Go figure. Good mic company makes good mics. And basically, I was trying to decide between the SMD7, I think it's called, or the SM7D. But the problem is that one's like $360. So I went like, I don't really need it. And then I looked at like the MV7 Plus, which the problem was that it was Bluetooth and XLR, or USB and XLR. And as good as a fancy mic it was, I didn't really want the USB just adding extra cost. So then I looked at the MV7 that was XLR only. That was like 150 bucks. And then I just realized, I mean, that basically sounds about the same as this one and the SM58, which are like default microphones. We're past 50 minutes, right?
yes.
Yeah, they're like the most default ass microphones you can think of. Like if you just pull up a picture of the word microphone on the dictionary, there's a non-significant chance you'll see an SM58. And I picked the SM57 because I like the warmer tones better than the SM58, and I like the sound of it better than the MV7 XLR only, which just sounded really muted and flat. And then, I ordered that like 4 minutes before it went from same day shipping to overnight, so I just got it the same day.
Very nice.
And I have been basically testing it the whole day. The thing that baffles me the most, like this is what like left me the most insane, because basically the other day when you bamboozled and backstabbed me at the end of Wild Traditions, I rewatched the part of it and I was like, oh my god, my microphone did me so much harm here. I was cutting out so much, and I went like, nah, I don't want that to happen again. I hate that. I need like perfect
To be
clarity.
fair, that could be Discord's noise suppression being very aggressive with your voice.
So the thing is, that almost makes sense. But now that I've changed the microphone, I have barely ever seen it not light up when I'm talking, which used to happen with the other one here and there. I thought it was a noise suppression issue, but I think the problem was basically the mic picked up an ungodly amount of noise. This one picks up much less noise. It's much more restrictive on the audio that it captures outside of the front facing part of the microphone. So I just angle it at 45-degree towards me to avoid plosive sounds. And then, it has been very, very accurate. It required a little bit of repositioning of the mic, but I've been kind of doing it for the last few hours and I've actually felt very comfortable with it. The other one, I had a very weird and awkward angle because it picked up a lot of noise. And I think that's what caused Discord's noise suppression to also double down on that. Because if I turn off noise suppression, you'll hear everything. I turn off noise suppression here, and even though you hear a lot, there's like a noticeable difference in background noise.
I can. Well, never mind. I'm just very picky. Um, the microphone that I have at home is the Samsung Q2U, which it's not super amazing. And I think mine got slightly damaged in one of the moves that I did because I think it's been having some problems, especially with volume. But for its price, it's very good.
I
It's
mean,
definitely like what I would recommend for an entry, and also has XLR options for anyone that's like looking to that.
yeah, I looked at the Q2U, but I kind of like I like the way this one sounded a bit better. That's just my ears. Um, but I mean, yeah, because it's the same thing with always like If it has XLR for it, it'll almost always be a better price, like bang for the buck than any USB mic, just because XLR with an external audio interface is just really hard to beat quality-wise. The moment you have the audio interface, you just replace the mic.
It is unfortunate that, yeah. Like, I'm using the HyperX Quadcast. It's a decent mic. I would say it's a good mic. But I do know that I'd have better audio quality if I were to get my hands on an XLR. But the problem there is I'd have to get the interface as well as the microphone, and, well, that's a lot of money when I'm kind of essentially living paycheck to paycheck.
I mean, that's kind of why I originally opted for the interface on XLR, and it kind of hurt me in the long run because I really should have saved up a bit more for a better interface. That's like the thing I most regret. That interface is doable. I just went like, okay, well, that interface is already a few years old, and it's gonna hit limits with some of the microphones that I would like to buy in the future. Even just like, well, because I'm a little bit of an audio nerd, I hear the little differences and I cringe. I am me. And I still cheaped out relatively on the interface. I got the newer one because I wanted it to be supported for longer, if anything. But it's like $100 for like a good quality cheap interface that basically only has a single output for the microphone. And mind you, like, we're talking about like, oh, you spend $100 on an interface, that's a lot. Yeah, but that's the kind of interface that'll last you like years. And that's kind of like where you sink a bit of that money into initially. And then everything else is just a microphone, and you can afford to spend more. And the math I did was basically interface for about 130, the microphone for about 100, plus a little bit of discounts here and there. I just didn't add all of that up at the end. But I know it was a little less than that. So basically about 130 plus 100. I still could have gone for the Gen 3 interface, but you know. So minimum of 200 to 250, give or take, which was effectively the cost of the nearest USB mic that I could find quality-wise that I thought was like all around about as solid. And then like it clicked for me how much you end up saving long term if you like ever want to replace that USB mic with another one. Like you're already saving like $100 in the future.
Well, I mean, this I've had this microphone for a long time now. I had the Blue Yeti Pro for many years before, and like this one was about 120.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, Zim, like at the point of your audio setup, you would benefit a lot more from doing some audio proofing in your physical setup than actually getting a better microphone, because you're not actually in the limits of that podcast yet.
Cardioid, or not cardioid, the HyperX podcast, I believe, is a condenser, meaning it tends to be more sensitive to background noise and the like. But if you do like sound treatment for your room, you'll be able to pick up your voice a lot more nicely for that like, same price, basically, than you would get for most other mics. Because this is a dynamic mic, which means it tends to be better at filtering out a lot of noise, but it doesn't have quite the same sensitivity as a condenser mic, which picks up a lot of noise. But if you soundproof the room, you usually end up with a much better quality, and usually soundproofing the room can be deceptively cheap or simple.
Unfortunately, my particular room, there's not a whole lot that I can actually do to...
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. It's not even really a room. It's just open foyer.
I am in a living room.
But for example, whenever Rex is doing stuff, we can hear him in the kitchen sometimes. So.
No, that's fair. For me, I know if I was like more certain about like, hey, if I'm gonna live in this place forever, I'd start like hanging up towels in the room just to eat up a bit of the noise. But yeah, I was looking into like the potential for like these little like panels that you could like place around yourself, but I found their effectiveness to be kind of dubious. Not even like big prominent things, more just like a weird folding screen kind of thing. But I wasn't sure about them in the end.
Maybe if I manage to scrounge together a little bit of extra money, I'll just send you a Phantom Q to you, Zem, so you can just test it out. because that one is a dynamic. So I know, unfortunately, my own on Discord, my own usage of it isn't very great of a representation because, first of all, I do think I damaged it at some point when I was moving, since I've moved several times, because I found out the microphone head was unscrewed slightly at some point, and I've had volume issues with it inside my concrete dome, and I don't know if it's the concrete dome. It might be the concrete dome. It might be that there's so much noise in the concrete dome whenever I speak and so much echoing, it filters itself out. But then also because of my satellite internet, the connection is so bad that I'm just straight up not coming through clearly sometimes.
Yeah.
But it is a good microphone.
Also, I apologize, everybody, but I do need to step away for a few minutes. Also, TF me, everybody. Like, I've been a cheetah this entire time. But
like being a cheetah?
keep them entertained, please.
My adorable cheetah.
I'll just make this one. Good enough. But no, I know. I did hear like the Q2U and some tests, and I thought it was like, for the price, I thought, damn, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it's like that's the big thing. It's not super amazing, but for its price, it's like holy crap. It blows like a lot of other things out of the water just on value alone.
Yep. I mean, like I said, the half of the reason I got this one is because I like the way it sounded. As far as I know, the SM57 and 58 are basically gold standard reliability and decent, like pretty good audio quality. And it's not just that I like the way it sounded. I keep like reading the stories of these mics is hilarious, especially the SM58. Like I think I said it in Rent stream as well, but it's like, oh, the SM57. What did you do with it? Oh, you know, like look, I'm streaming the review, and just to prove how durable it is, I'm gonna bang it against my desk. Dang! Oh, I dented my desk. Anyway, I'm gonna speak into it. Yep, nothing happened to it. Or it's like, hey, I was doing a live performance once, and things got altered. You know, an altercation started, and I got hit in the head with a microphone and knocked out. And then later on, I picked it and sang with it, and it was fine. Apparently, the SM58 is just indestructible. It's like the Nokia of microphones. You know. But yeah, I am just happy with this one. The main thing that I'm just really happy with above all else, I mean, I can plug in the old mic and you'll hear the difference immediately. To me, it's like glaringly obvious. But the thing that I like about it is that it feels like it behaves much better. Because like with the old one, I felt like I was always fighting the mic to get it to sound good. And in this one, it feels like the mic is helping me a lot. It does require a little bit of fiddling still, but I'm so far pretty happy with it. Definitely not complaining so far. Same day as purchase, so you know we'll see how good it goes or how long it lasts, but so far I'm happy. And it can still go fast. Like the other thing is like it can still go higher. I don't like the amount of noise it gets when I fully crank up the game, but so far I like this level of game. I'm happy with it. And I'm just like now someday I'll scream into my blanket and it'll actually be audible. It'll be satisfying. It'll be great. You'll hear the scream of pure pain at yet another cliffhanger.
Why would you be in pain? I thought Wild Traditions cured all of your problems.
I don't know, of course. I just have to wait until next week. That's the problem.
Unfortunately, next week, Era's going to be out of town because of the holidays.
Yeah, but
Well, I say next week, technically.
I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm gonna assume it's not true until I get told it's true. And then when I get told it's true, I'm gonna cry.
Well, it's true. He's going to be at a hotel in Wisconsin instead of in his home.
Well, yeah, but the problem is
To break it to you, Gab.
the problem is I don't want to believe you, so I'm not going to believe you.
You don't trust me, Gab? Wow.
How
I'm
could
hurt.
I? You're one of Zim's accomplices. How could I trust you when you're his partner in crime? I get, and see,
I
I'm gonna be
don't.
like,
I know about as much as what's coming up in Wild Traditions as you do.
yeah, but the problem is like, just like Zim, you have that like, you have the tendency towards evil. So what I'm going to assume is that you're lying, and then if Zim confirms it when he comes back because he's listened, I'm just also going to assume he's lying because he's totally trying to agree with you on this. I haven't seen any official notification, so I'm going to assume it's not true. Zim pings everyone. In tabletop roll at some point it's gonna be like, by the way, it's canceled, and then you're gonna hear me cry. But until then, I will live in blissful, self-inflicted ignorance. Also, hi Rari. Hi Robert. Zim is away for a short second, but he should be back soon. In the meantime, I have been tasked with entertaining everyone and Raijin, but Raijin is being Raijin and being a gremlin, so I will not listen momentarily to Raijin. I'll listen to Raijin later.
But what the hell?
Hmm?
I get the feeling like you genuinely have something against me, Gib Gab.
I don't. I wouldn't. Only a little bit. Just a little bit. You didn't draw more bird. I need bird. But also, it is, simply put, exclusively and uniquely a matter of so you know. Like mixture purple. You know, it's a good idea, mixture purple. Purple. Purple is good. I approve of purple. I'm not sure how to do mixture potions. I'm looking at the wiki stinky.
I'm almost free of the grips of the holidays.
Hmm?
Almost there.
I mean, how much longer is it for you to be free?
Well, this is the last shift I have before Christmas. Though I do
Oh,
work Christmas. And
oh, that sucks.
it is what it is.
Yeah, well. Okay, maybe. How to say it? All I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be that way. We just force a general strike across the entire United States if to not have anyone work at Christmas Eve. And then boom, we can have Christmas Eve and nobody works.
I'm not working Christmas Eve. I'm working Christmas Day.
Oh, that sucks even more. What the heck? I assume you at least got like bonus pay or extra pay.
You're hilarious.
What the fuck?
Walmart hasn't done that in over a decade.
No, well, you know, maybe Walmart shouldn't exist.
Great. Stop buying things then.
I don't buy from Walmart. It's basically
You engage in consumerism. You buy things.
I mean, that's true. Therefore, I am evil.
This ultimately village. That's the reason why Walmart exists.
Sorry, what? You cut out a little. I mean, look, all I'm saying is, right, I'm just saying, maybe, Walmart should be, forced to give people better working conditions. That's all I'm saying. Walmart Union one.
I mean, the thing is, Walmart does give decent working conditions, at least if you compare it to Amazon warehouses.
Sure, you know, hey, Walmart offers good working conditions compared to slavery. What was it like that Amazon robot who worked for like not even an 8-hour shift and then just like crashed? Honestly, even I joke about it sometimes. I have a friend who like he worked in Amazon for a while, and like today I was like the Amazon workers running to ship my package that I ordered like 4 minutes before it went from same day shipping to overnight shipping, and I just had that meme of like the dude just running booking it. You know the one, and I'm just like, damn, that must be horrible. Amazon is such a terrible place to work in. If you work
But
in
hey,
retail.
you got your microphone on the same day.
True. All I'm saying is we can maybe be nice to employees and have those luxuries. I like to think we can do both. You know, we just need a few $100 million going less to executive paychecks and bonuses. And more to, you know, I don't know, hiring more people, increasing people's pay, making the workplace nicer.
I mean, I do always appreciate this mindset because it would be nice. But in reality, if you look at how much money the executives are making and taking compared to the amount of associates that these mega corporations hire, if you were to take away all of that money from them, it would equate to like a 50 cent to a $1 raise, maybe. Which, granted, it is more money, but it's not a substantial enough amount of money to solve some of the bigger problems that we typically face, such as the housing issues and insurance and all the other stuff.
Well, you see, I am also a big fan of the multifaceted solution of what if we solve all those problems? And did things like give people nicer working conditions. Potentially even. By fixing all of the problems of all of those sectors, most of which revolve around, basically right around the same problem. But just to say, hey, look, we're not making enough money. We want all of the money. Where can we squeeze more money out of? Fire like 10% of the workforce. We don't need them. Oh, the remaining workforce is struggling? Just make them work harder. Also cut their holiday pay for next year at bonus. That way we can get 2 bonuses in a year. And we've increased earnings. Why are these TF potions in such long cooldowns? I want purple. More purple. I'm so close. TLDR, I'm very happy with this one. I like this microphone, that's all.
So, what if I ruin this TF path? How would you feel?
What if you were in with the TF? I mean, I'm just saying, then you wonder why I've got something against you. Surely you can do that. You're a nice family, a help, right? Oh, you want to see zombie comfy? That's what he asked for. Let's go, Barry.
Joke.
The math duck. I mean, the cat quack. I hadn't noticed some of these names before. Some of these duck names are hilarious. So I have learned of my deep-seated appreciation for ducks only... my deep-seated appreciation for ducks is only grown. I just watched a while ago one of the cutest duck videos and it was just like, oh, duck learning to give wing hug. And the person gives the duck a hug, the duck hugs back and I'm like, oh, ducks can give hugs. Oh, this is so cute. Ducks have been added to the list of good birds. There you go. I ruined it so you can ruin it for me. And totally not because I didn't realize that, yeah, but I thought there was one more.
Zem did change it to say active potion, you know.
Yeah, but I didn't read. Look, that sign can't stop me because I can't read. There you go. Let's just do green. Okay, okay, we'll do the green one. We were talking about green earlier, let's do green. This desk is too small. Keep banging me against it every now and then. Okay. Also, you know where it's funny? I ended up rewatching the episode of All Traditions just because I wanted to like make sure I caught more of the stuff that I kind of missed at some point in the episode because you know went on for a long while. My attention drifted at some parts, and like I hearing you say "dang it, Gip Gap" a couple of times in there. I just now like when you type it out, I can like hear you say "Gip Gap." And I don't know if I find it funnier to like poke fun at you for it or poke fun at myself for it for being like, what do I do that has some people saying like, dang it, Gip Gap? Maybe I should just be
You
proud.
be you.
Yeah, exactly. Me being me. Apparently that's all that's needed for people to go like, why? And I relish in it.
I've been very torn. I think the intrusive thoughts are winning. There may be fan art in the pipeline.
Look, I'm just saying, sometimes saying the intrusive thought is the funniest thing. Sometimes you do just have to look at a ceiling fan in a classroom and go, I wonder how many kids that would take out if it fell. And just watch as people stare at you in horror. And then sometimes you have to remember you're on stream and you can't say that intrusive thought about no then coupled. I mean, what?
I mean, the thing is, I'm pretty sure Tal's okay with it. Because I remember what his answers are on the spreadsheets, so it's not an issue for him. I'm not sure about kobolds.
Yeah, that's why it's not a really serious thing. It's more just like a pokey fun at it. You gotta have the ships, okay? You have to have like shipping like Narashi with the decapitation blade, Rain and Spike, and then like the completely platonic, totally competitive, absolutely clueless pair that I will consider a ship in the same way you stare at a TV show where the characters are obviously not together and they're not gonna get together, but you just go like, oh god, I wish that would be spicy. But
The temptation to draw a float soul about to eat rain with a door opening is very high.
Why not?
Because I think that's starting to get onto territory where we can't show it on stream.
Yeah, well, maybe you don't have to.
Talking about it is different from it being an actual picture.
That is one I would not share on stream. Also, so sorry about that,
Yeah.
everybody. I am back.
Right back. Do you also hurt in the
Welcome
lower
back,
part?
love.
Ooh, I got 2 new presents. I got Shanta!
Santa is real. Oh my gosh.
And an elf.
Oh no. It's funny you got an elf. I was watching Furry like for Shine earlier. And it's just like, dang, why is this anime good? But at the same time, it's like, life just hates me sometimes, I feel. Because I went like, okay, last episode I'm watching, and then I'm gonna wind down for the night. Because the problem is, the series ended like the last couple of episodes on a cliffhanger. And I was like, okay, let's watch one more. Surely it'll resolve it. No, another cliffhanger. And I'm just like, I can't keep doing this forever. I'm just gonna like start winding down. And we ended the series, and I'm just like,
Are you starting to see a pattern in storytelling, Gib-Gab?
well,
All these
sometimes,
things that you're invested in?
sometimes you don't have to end in a cliffhanger. Sometimes you can end at a nice resolution, but sort of setting up a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be when Wild Traditions ends permanently. The
But
final conclusion.
you can like, you don't have to wrap up everything. It's just, you can end on a somewhat chill scene. Just to give a little bit of a break, because every scene being a cliffhanger, every ending is just go like.
Got it. So what Zem needs to do at some point is start with the cliffhanger, but then go back in time. But the session doesn't even get to the point where you reach the cliffhanger, so you don't even know how it happens.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it'll be any more or less torturous than being like, you peer into the grave. Anyway, to the other group. Times like 2 hours.
Oh, I have ideas
Do you think
now.
Spike kept one of the bones?
I have ideas now.
This can only end well. Spike keeping one of the bones would have been kind of funny. Just like someday pulls out a bone, it's like, hey Ren, look, this is yours.
I mean, he is a dog. What's a dog without a bone to chew on?
True. Or to bury. No New
Hi, New
Year's.
Year's.
Fine. Nothing will happen with Zim having ideas. Nothing could ever go wrong. I am excited for the improvement to storytelling it will lead to. What's the worst that could happen?
I will say, I wasn't lying about Era being out of town this Friday. However, I will concede you might be accurate calling me evil because I do happily encourage Zen in all of these shenanigans.
Somehow, I already knew that ahead of time. Somehow.
Yeah, Era is going to be out of town this weekend.
Yeah, but I'm sure it'll be like he'll have another device and he'll be able to attend, right?
We were joking that if the hotel offers paid internet, you're going to immediately tip for him to buy it.
Anyway.
So make sure you tune in before Wild Traditions on Friday so we can let you know.
But I mean, they're still considering doing it, right? It's not officially canceled, right?
We are considering, yes. It depends on circumstance.
Ha! I can still have hope. I can't wait for it to be crushed on Thursday. Or Friday. Who knows? Also, I'm sorry, New Year's. I'd offer you a shout out, but I'm comfortably wrapped up in the blanket, so I need to reach over with one hand. You're gonna have to give me a moment. Thank you, whomever that was.
That was me.
Oh, thank you. I was just slowly typing it out letter by letter, trying to not misspell it. Oh, perfect. There we go. Mari can do it. Dude, that Friday night was freaking tiring. I was sitting there like dozing off around the time when it was starting. And like midway through I was genuinely considering just laying in bed. And then I was like, no. I can stay awake for it. And then when it finally ended, I'm just like, okay. I can go to bed. No, I can't. Right.
I'm a little sad that my part of Era's scene wasn't appreciated.
You're part of Heresy?
See?
I mean,
It's so easily forgotten.
it's not that I forgot it. It's just
When Sam showed up with as an echo and carried
I know. I know, you don't have to repeat it.
I
know.
put so much emotion into that scene.
Everyone just low-key forgets that Spike's trainer died then.
Now,
Look,
Spike's
it's not-
trainer is confirmed alive.
Yeah, later on they said that the trainer was hurting and needed help.
Yes, alive, quote unquote.
I mean, look.
Until the monster cloud.
Oh, we don't know where that was. We don't know where the trainer is. But I'm not saying that your part is forgettable. It's just that, like, it blended really well into the scene to the point where it's kind of like forgetting that it's you playing it, and it's just like the scene. You know what I mean?
I guess I can accept that.
Honestly.
Also, I'm remembering why I dislike this map.
Because they all gather at one point after they slide.
Yeah.
I think you did wonderful, Zen. Aw.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna cry. don't know how you didn't. I feel like if I had to read that, I'd have cried.
Don't worry, Kid Gab. There'll be worse.
I look forward to it. I am one of the people who will happily repost. Look at this happy character I've made. Time for some character development. And they hold out a stamp, and the stamp says Mama. Character development.
So, the couple of hints about future ones, who do you think they apply to?
I mean, I don't know what was the hint in the end. I remembered like
It was the Greaves opening. See, my part's forgettable.
Jeez, Kid Gab.
Nah.
Well, we
think
know it's not Osmond, because Osmond's just a guy.
I don't think I can run anymore. I'm too distraught over my hard work being unnoticed.
Look, you can't blame me over the opening. I'd kind of skipped Eris part a little bit on the rewatch, and I started it like midway through Eris part because I was like, "This is too sad." And then I clicked forward, and I clicked like halfway into it, and I'm like, "God damn, I can't stop listening." I just need to let it go. 'Cause I didn't want to like skip it forward, but I also didn't want to rewind back to the start.
Just casually skipped past my part.
Oh, what it is, Gideon, is sad, okay? It's sad. I was not emotionally ready to handle it. But I'll probably look at the hints later. I know I wanted to compile, like, what actually got revealed in the episode, because it feels like an episode where, like, a deceivingly large amount got revealed, but at the same time I have to process it because it's interspersed between like 50 rain breaks, the memeing, and like the funnies, and Kobold jumping in, and then at the same time you have like the ending kind of overshadowing a lot of things. But then you have like this being Spike's trauma episode TM, and the reveal that, oh god, it is in fact rain. And so
Well,
long
the
story
biggest
short,
thing that got passed over that no one else is catching on to or is commented on is that Osmond has a blanket of a Bulbasaur pattern, which means that there's a Bulbasaur role model out there that Osmond looks up to.
what if he dated a Bulbasaur?
I'll be honest, like that. I'm just like, if you're a Pokemon and you get a blanket that has a pattern of another Pokemon, isn't that kind of creepy? Like, imagine doing that as a human, and you get a comforter, and it's just like other humans on your blanket.
Would it be about as weird as having a human on your pillow? Perhaps a vaguely anime-esque pillow.
Oh God, maybe that's what it is. It's a body pillow, not a blanket. Is that what it is, Mari? Do you have a Bulbasaur body pillow, Mari? Or rather, Osmond?
There's actually like a boy band in the Pokemon universe, so it's like a grass type band, and the lead singer is a Bulbasaur. Oh yeah, that was one question I was left with. Was the Ponyta at the end a Galarian or a Kanto Ponyta?
It was actually an Arlemnian.
Dang. I was like, I don't really like fully recognize what like the intent is here, but it seems like more Galarian. But then, like, Arlemni and I didn't expect that interesting.
It's my own design of a ponyta. Uh, like I described, the fur color shifts through different pastel colors.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was sort of confused. And I was like, is this just like a special one? Like, unique ponyta kind of thing? I didn't know if it was like something else, so I thought to ask. Oh, this is great. You just made a My Little Pony unicorn. What fancy. You made it Pokemon canon. I like this Arlemian ponytail.
Zem did not describe a cutie mark on the hotel.
That we know.
Give that.
There is no
What if
cutie mark.
What if the pony's a blank flag? You don't know. Also, I'd like to highlight we never received an answer from Vari as to whether Osman just has a Bulbasaur body pillow. I think this is a sign of something.
See, here's my theory now. The Bulbasaur, it's the lead singer, but also he extends out the lines to create a string instrument for someone else to strum on.
That actually kind of sick.
I think Vari's not answering because Vari is busy furiously typing up new elements for their box backstory for Osmond.
Type. And now they're listening in, but they're like, do I answer? Do I not answer? Do I incriminate myself, or do I stop typing? What if the idiot goes away and not keep typing? You're just gonna ignore us. Betrayal of the highest order.
So Zim, how did you feel about? How did you feel with Octo?
How did I feel what?
With Octo,
I think he did very well. I definitely think he is going to be a good fit for the group. I know he had a good time. He had more, he said he had more fun in that than he did in the entirety of Last Hope together, altogether.
Oof. Rip.
I DM'd Era at the beginning before my internet crapped out entirely. And I said it was more combat that Cobalt has experienced than the entire time he's been in The Last Hope, just from that one scene.
Oh, yes.
I still
And,
just...
well, he designed Cobalt to be a fighter. And has not been allowed to fight.
Nah, he fights dwarves.
Oh, God, when he ripped through the freaking clinic door.
Of all of the things to bring from The Last Hope, he chose the freaking door.
Can we make it a meme that, like...
No, he
at the
also...
end-
He also brought in Hunter.
Oh no.
You never know. Maybe he meant someone else with a stupid hat.
Zim, you now have to make Haunter canon. But now you have to decide whether you want to make it a pun and make the Pokemon a Haunter.
You don't know who Hunter is?
Well, yeah, but you have to make him canon in Wild Traditions now.
Yeah, but why would he be a Haunter when he's a Poochyena?
Because it would make for a funny joke. It's not actually Haunter, it's just a Haunter with a hat. Get it?
Hunter has already been so thoroughly backseated in Last Hope. I am not letting that happen to him in his cameo in Wild Traditions.
Fair enough. But Zim, how much XP did Octo get for the door, though?
0.
Wow. Good night, I do. Oh,
Good night, Ido. Belly rubs for you, Ido. And yeah, exactly. Hunter doesn't have a stupid hat, so clearly Cobalt was talking about someone else that does have a stupid hat.
I mean,
no.
to Cobalt, it is a stupid hat.
What if Nova has a secret twin that also wears a stupid hat?
I mean, describing hats as being stupid is a lot coming from someone with a cape.
It's not a cape, it's a scarf, but...
The way it's drawn definitely makes it look more like a cloak piece instead of a cape, or instead of a scarf.
I thought it was too, I'm not gonna lie.
God, so that being a scarf, it's so big. There must have been a period of time while Cobalt was training that he was constantly tripping over that scarf.
I definitely should have done a game. I am not able to focus with this conversation.
Why? What's so distracting about it?
Literally everything.
Okay, don't worry. I'll be going to bed in the next half an hour.
Now we'll move on from this conversation.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might end this the stream altogether here shortly.
Too much distraction, I don't know.
Oh, good night, Ido.
I believe we went from the silly little Pokemon game to Fallout Pokemon Edition. Fallout, Harlem's Wilds. Soda is a gift from the heavens, the drink of the gods. Whomever invented soda should be jailed for making it addictive.
Only Dr. Pepper, though. Everything else is okay. Dr.
Um,
Pepper is the gift from the gods.
Nah. Dr. Pepper sucks. hate it. But it has the funniest song ever made about it. I drank dirty Dr. Peppers for lunch. Now my butt's like a rocket that's awaiting to launch. Find it again here.
Alright, I finished updating the amped condition.
Amped condition? Is it for like music amplifier or amped up for combat?
Amped up for combat.
Oh no.
Gives you an additional standard action.
That sounds like a condition that Cobalt or Nova would have. Also, I still can never get over the fact that Cobalt and Nova rolled the same in the food eating contest. It's still Lizard free.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You can't make it up. That's just destiny right there. For one brief second, the Tic Tac was able to split in two, occupy each of their heads simultaneously, and then refuse.
I'm instead going to work on Primeval Might now.
What was that?
That is the martial arts system.
Was it gonna have? Was it the proud idea for it?
So it's going to function very similar to magic, with being flexible and able to utilize a resource to do things.
Excuse me, fair enough. Eh.
Alright, I do want to add 3 new skills for the martial arts. I am thinking that for... Actually, no. I was gonna say that they would use Clash for it, but for skill for attacks, but no, we're gonna go with custom skill. I think Sagacity may be their attack. That may be what we have Sagacity do. While Verbosity and Phonemics increase their capability with magic, Sagacity will be the skill they roll for actually attacking and such.
I will agree. I'll just read what all of that means later. And I remember hearing Sagacity before. Because the word sounded fun. But admittedly, I didn't end up reading up what it did. Oh god.
Alright, so discipline for a knowledge skill.
Next month is gonna be wild. It's the transition of power in Venezuela to like whomever they elected. And it's already gonna be a very spicy month. The government has decided to do a lot of crackdowns in the lead up to January. And it's being like, every day it's just like, oh yeah, no, what happened over in my home city? Oh, you know, they arrested a few more people, expropriated all their businesses for quote-unquote suspicion of treason. Oh, that's normal. $500 million in assets revoked in one day? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. What's their excuse? Oh, he was supporting the opposition. Okay. This is fine and normal. But I don't know what's gonna happen in the next few weeks, but God, I hope that at least something changes for the better. What's one of these? This is one of the times this is Noah with a smiley face. That's cute. I'm gonna raise my desk, I swear. I keep bonking my knee against it. I'm sorry if I made a bonk.
No worries. Didn't hear it. I'm just trying to think of skills for martial arts right now.
What was, like, a skill meaning what exactly? Like, what does a skill entirely entail? So it's not one of the, like, the attribute skill expertise, I think it was called?
That is what I'm referring to. A skill that you could probably wind up rolling at various points.
Prowess technique.
Prowess and technique. I like those.
I mean, wouldn't prowess be kind of included in, like, brawl, for example?
Yes, but it is meant to, like, these are meant to be separate.
What's the, like, what would be the key difference then?
These are skills that are associated with different things. Like, Brawl is for basic natural attacks, whereas Prowess is going to be for something that you are... When it comes to brawling, it is you've just gone into a bar fight and you're just punching. Whereas Prowess is you are using a special kind of punch in a particular way. It's like the difference between just punching somebody and actually using karate or such.
The reason why I recommend those specific words is because they also have there's a thematic link between them in the same way there's a thematic link between the magic skills. Your prowess and your technique can very easily refer to your capability with a specific weapon or martial art style. Because your prowess is usually referring to the force or application behind the usage of, either a particular attack or weapon.
Why have I not gotten any new present ducks on this one? I was wanting the Christmas duckies.
You've been too naughty.
I guess so.
A generous bestowal.
Oh.
Tanya Sapien tip $12.25. Blessed you, you fuzzy miscreant.
Thank you for that tip, Tanya. Thank you so much for the support.
A new subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
Hang on.
Tanya Sapien just resubscribed for 48 months. Nobody expects the Bunny Inquisition.
Didn't you just do that yesterday? I could have sworn you just did that yesterday. Fair enough. Well, either way, thank you so much, Tanya.
I want to Google a word that I remember from karate for a thing. It's like just random curiosity, like, what was the word for that, right? And somebody was like, obviously, any talk about martial arts line devolves into which martial art is best, and somebody was like, well, what about when you're fighting many opponents? Which martial art is best? And somebody was like, oh, well, in karate we have this idea known as Nike Fu. When you get into a real fight and you're outnumbered, just run. Why would you engage?
Yeah.
And yeah, I was looking for the word bunkai, which is the...
Alright. Tanya, the ducks are pre-designed on here. Like the Placid Plastic Duck Sim, all of the ducks are pre-made, and they've got a few different packs of them that you can buy. As for getting your own custom duck, while I cannot put it into the game here, you can commission a 3D model of a duck. They are $44. And Conrad's brother will make the duck, and then it'll be added to the random set of ducks that get thrown at me when somebody redeems the duck redemption.
Bunny duck, bunny duck, bunny duck.
Wherever that is. Ah, rubber
Bunny duck.
ducky. No, you can't. Well, I mean, you did tip, so you are able to have one of these ducks named whatever you would like. Just let me know which one you would like. There's a lot here, so I'm just gonna go through the pages. And you'll need to kind of let me know. Oh, let me go through all the pages real quick. Obviously, if it's already named, you can't take it unless it's got a C at the end. Oh, there's a few in here that I haven't gotten yet. Oh, and the special one doesn't really count, or the events. Those are a different thing altogether. So still gonna go with that black and gold one? On the first page? This one, I'm assuming? Alrighty. There you go, Tanya. And here you are.
Somehow that is very tiny.
Zem, is it my fault you're distracted with Primeval Night now?
With what?
distracted with working on Primeval Minor.
No. It was not going to take long for me to wind up moving to work on this other stuff anyways. Yes, I am Cheetah. There's also a Calico Cat available through the Orange Potion, Tanya. And we also have a Panther form as I've got a Panther form as well. And Whiskers is currently working on a Lion form.
Okay, I can't do that one. Damn.
What do you mean no bunny? I was literally bunny when you came in.
Yeah, the real discrimination is that there's no bird.
That is purely because I'm trying to find the right artist to have do it.
Sure.
Without it being grotesque.
You need to let me know if you find good artist bird. I need birds. More birds.
Yeah, do exclamation point potion, Tanya. It'll give you a list of the various forms I've got. There are over 30 of them now.
Sudoku. I don't know how you managed to embroider every single low in you and Sudoku, but that's kind of impressive. When you recently washed your blanket and it smells really good and it's just like, yeah. Blanky.
You were committing a chemistry?
I mean, what's the difference between chemistry and alchemy? The difference is one of them has an anime that's full metal. The other one is just what you learn in high school, and then if you want to make money. And by money, I mean become Walter White. You can tell Tanya's locked in. She knows what she's doing. She's figured it out, how to make the Philosopher's Stone. What is that, like, purple block duck?
Which one?
The one that just, like, fell down the water slides now, like, running around in the middle. Now it's
This
running
one?
outside. Yeah, ditto duck.
To me it looks more like a wireframe.
It's missing the textures. A doe? I thought you were a bunny. Oh, hi, Tanya. Understandable, have a nice day.
There we go. Apparently, at some point in time, voice mod decided to crash and then take 3.5 years to reboot.
Lovely. Just, threaten to uninstall it.
Also, a female rabbit is actually called a doe, and a male is called a buck.
That's annoyingly confusing. I don't like that. Female rabbits should just be called bunnies, and male rabbits should just be called bunnies. It's all just bunny.
Technically, only young rabbits are called bunnies.
Yeah, but bunny sounds cuter than rabbit. Plus, all rabbits are babies. Big rabbit, still a bunny at heart. It's like how all dogs are puppies at heart.
I cannot find the rainbow potion. Worst game, 0 out of 10.
It pops up when you it's active now.
Oh, there it is. It's way up at the top. It's not organized by cost. How dare they?
Well, it's because it's new. If you open it and then close it, it'll be organized by cost. Though now it's going to be gone.
There we go. Rabbit. All is right in the world.
So we just have to take a TF potion, dip the rainbow wing into it, and Nova can temporarily become Ho-Oh.
Or permanently become rabbit, That's always an option.
I mean, Eevee's already like part rabbit. What is that Eevee's? Eevee's like fox, dog, cat, rabbit.
Look, I'm not being specious or anything. I'm just saying that when the Great Purge comes, all who are not bunny must be exterminated. So, now is your time to get in.
What if I already eat a lot of lettuce?
You can survive as one of the servants.
Yeah, good enough. Plus, you need people who can, give scritches to bunnies. Claws are good for scritches.
This is true.
Yeah. And then, on top of that, you need birds who can fly, so you can take the bunnies to the skies, and then you can...
Oh, the Wolpertingers. The Wolpertingers can fly.
Yeah, but not all bunnies are Wolpertingers.
Well, that's what saddles are for.
Exactly. But then you don't need the bunnies to ride the Wolpertingers. You just need bunnies to ride the birds to survive the purge. And then the Wolpertingers can lead from the front.
Well, the bunnies aren't worried about surviving the purge. They won't be targeted.
Oh, the birds will.
Well, yeah, the birds will be targeted.
Exactly.
So why would you want to ride something that's going to be targeted? You're just putting a target on yourself.
Look, I'm just saying, okay, you need to spare some birds. The birds are cool. Some of them need to live.
Well, just become a Wolpertinger. Then you can be both a bird and a bunny. You're multi-classing.
I want to be a bird.
Bunny isn't optional.
Bunny will be optional.
Technically, Gib-Gab is catbird.
We don't talk about the cat part, not to the bunnies. If they know about it, they'll execute us.
I mean,
I don't
you're
even
gonna
know,
be executed anyways, so.
I'm not gonna be executed. I will scritch all the bunnies.
Your bribery will not work here.
Scritches and lettuce.
Swap it for beets or cabbage and you might have a deal.
Why not all of them? Scritches, lettuce, cabbage.
Well, because then you'd have fat bunnies who can't fight back.
What
We're onto your tricks.
Not a big shame. Or you could just feed 3 times as many bunnies.
Think I'm an amoeba? I just split if I have enough food?
The bunny becomes sufficiently round and it just like
Although,
2 different bunnies.
okay. Okay, to be fair, with how fast rabbits multiply, they might be amoebas.
Vari. The problem
Don't
is
worry, Gib Gab.
Hmm?
Don't worry, Gib Gab. I've seen the documentary Watership Down. You don't need to be afraid of bunnies.
Documentary what?
Yeah, Watership Down. It is a wholesome movie where nobody has any unfortunate events whatsoever.
Watership Down.
Yep. Don't read the novel. You don't even need to watch the movie that was based on the novel. It's all you need to know is that nothing bad happens. Everybody lives happily ever after.
Why would I
Just
read a novel?
fluffy bunnies enjoying themselves.
Imagine reading. Oh, you already know it's a good book when the title is "All the World Will Be Your Enemy, Prince with 1,000 Enemies, and when they catch you, they will kill you. But first, they must catch you. It's just a rabbit in darkness." That's how you already know it's good. Oh, disgusting! It's British.
Part you take objection to?
Yes. I don't know what else you want me to take objection to. I know nothing about this movie.
Oh. Be glad.
Sure. I'll take your...
Tanya's so kind-hearted. I would imagine people would just typically tell Gib Gab to watch it because it's such an enjoyable, wholesome experience.
Yeah.
This movie's ancient.
Yeah, you should totally watch it. It's very enjoyable. It's an instant classic. It will not cause emotional scarring at all.
If you go back to the year I was born, and then subtract my current age, I think this movie's older than that.
Why are we talking about last year?
What do you mean
Ouch.
I
I said you're
wasn't
young.
born last year.
You are a baby.
I was born 3 years ago. Get your math right. Everyone knows time started in 2021 again.
Well,
have
you know,
to know that.
technically time started in 2012 because they had to reboot after the apocalypse blue screened, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, but then it stopped in 2020.
No, it's still going. It's just unstable.
I feel like we live different experiences. This is a generational difference. We experience time
Well-
dilation differently.
Oh no, so, yeah, you did live a different experience because you're immortal.
Yeah, I suppose. For now.
See, mortals experience reality differently than celestials.
Yeah, your experience is stinky. Everyone knows the good time. Is the one that involves death.
Okay, now I'm with Varian. Even I don't know what this conversation is anymore.
The problem is it's late, and I want to sleep. But
And sleep.
My usual sleep schedule is still thrown out of whack because I'm supposed to sleep in a couple of hours.
Sounds
That's
like you
all
should
I've
just
been
sleep.
doing the entire year. Look, adjusting my sleep schedule on time is very hard. It's only
Skill
been a
issue.
adjustment.
Sounds like a skill issue.
It is. And despite having youth on my side, I am horrible at sleeping.
Oh, you just rub it in my face, why don't you?
What? You're only like half dust and half gray.
I'm just gonna keep working on the scar system and ignore whatever this conversation is.
I don't even know what this conversation is. I've been trying to figure it out since I entered it.
What would you like the conversation to be? That's all a conversation is. What do you want it to be? And then you make it so.
Make it so, number 2.
Okay. We are number 2. Hey. Pa pa da na na pa pa pam. Oh, there goes the so-called immortal.
Them, GibGab's doing GibGab things again.
No, I
I
neglected to properly mix my vape, and I just got a lung full of pure menthol.
I think this is more my fault. I kind of shattered Gib Gab into a bunch of tiny little pieces with, the nuke.
I already recovered. This is
Okay,
a
yeah, I was
different
about to
flow state.
say, a nuke took you down? Weak. But
This is
if he recovered, then, I don't count a stun as a kill.
This is a different flow state. The nuke, that was peak enlightenment. I've achieved.
Well, there's definitely a lot of light involved. You're correct on that front.
I'm just saying I achieved a level of peace, serenity, and stability unmatched by any master of meditation. Now,
So you're saying that you would pass the vibe check?
absolutely. I was mad bussin', peak vibing. You couldn't hash my browns if you tried.
Okay, the fact that you just said peak bussin' means that you would not, in fact, pass the vibe check.
That's just because you're a boomer.
And you're a zoomer.
Yeah.
Okay, zoomer.
I upset Gib Gab and broke him thoroughly when I dropped a nuke on my players.
A literal nuke.
Wait, what? I must have missed that.
Yeah, One Traditions is becoming Fallout. They're releasing Fallout 5, and it's gonna be Zim in charge.
Okay, there you go. I just had to double check that because you said him with Gib Gab, and I recalled her before, and now I checked the profile, it says any all, and now I'm just even more confused.
That's literally what it is. It's any or all of them. You don't have to be confused. Just go with the flow. Like right now.
But
Right
yeah,
now it's a state of going with the flow.
I dropped.
I'm gonna say Zim and Zur just to annoy Zim.
Okay. But yeah, I dropped a literal nuke on my players on Friday.
Why would you do such a thing? And not invite me?
Story.
Story time! Fucking freaking nuke falls out of the sky.
Oh, you see, basically the nuke is a perfect story tool. Number one, it's a great cliffhanger. Number two, it means the current path of resolving, player drama and story beats has to take, a backseat to the nuke, which is gonna create a whole host of situations that are gonna be just as spicy, and it's gonna keep all of those unresolved questions going longer and longer. Sorry, we don't have time to deal with your trauma. We have to escape a nuke.
You'll be fine.
Trauma.
Nuclear bomb.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
I mean, let's be real, GibGab. You're completely forgetting important questions from 2 episodes ago already. So Zim didn't even need the nuke.
Look, I'm just vibing, okay? You just need to go with the flow. It's not about all the very specifics that have to be tackled. And a lot of times it's just about the vibe. I don't need every single plot thread to be like extremely memorable. It just has to be memorable in the moment to elicit the emotion. And then you paint the broad strokes.
All I'm saying is the most important one so far, no one's paying attention to.
But Vari's body pillow. Avari, I'm sure there will be. And we'll just deal with it when the time comes. Right?
Yeah, Vari, I'm sorry for calling out your very specific and elaborate backstory like that.
Anyway, look, Zim, I'm just saying. I think it broke me harder that you were recording after you ended the recording. That may have been the hardest punch to swallow. To believe a dear and beloved friend could lie to me like so. Unforgivable.
Yeah, almost as unforgivable as me giving in to the twins' emotional manipulation.
What's so bad about that?
Because I had just revenge to execute against the undead minion.
What's so bad about that? They're a minion.
There's nothing bad about that. There's nothing bad about executing revenge against those who have harmed you. But then the twins were like, no, you gotta be a good person.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you shouldn't have given in. That sounds cringe.
Exactly, see? Gab
Murder.
understands.
Murder resolves problems.
Exactly.
Mercy.
And torture allows you to resolve the problems over an extended period of time, which lets you draw out the enjoyment.
I don't believe in torture. I just believe in rolling 20 in your perception and insight checks.
Well, you know
Oh,
what they
no.
say.
Roll a crit success.
You can't spell murder without murder.
Cancel murder without what?
Without myrrh.
Ah. Yep. Murder. Wait, if you remove the myrrh, then all you have left is dirt.
Are gonna commit dirt. You have an assassin waiting for the signal to assassinate the king of the realm. It's an intricate political plot that has been orchestrated over many moons. Hundreds of people involved. Millions of people will be affected. This will change the landscape and the power dynamics of the region. The assassin receives a single coded message. It is a letter that drops from a bird, and all it says is "Myrrh," tilde at the end. I feel like I'd like genuinely fail that assassination plot on purpose. I'd go seek a
Speaking of birds, and also speaking of murder, I'm still incredibly fascinated by the time one of Zem's old DMs, Dova, who was a bird, decided that one of the kobolds wrote on the floor plan for a magical wagon mirror because they wanted a mirror. But the kobold that wrote that did not have a very high intelligence check. So the next two sessions, the players were going through a random clue plot line, a murder mystery that just inserted itself into their magical wagon. And it turned out it's because they wrote murder instead of mirror.
Bruh.
Yeah, Rock was banned from touching that plan again.
I approve of bird DM. More birds. And I approve.
You
of
realize that Dova is also the one that the birds are dumb quote comes from?
the what?
Birds are dumb.
Well, birds are dumb. What about it?
That's a noof.
Have you seen birds? They're stupid. That's why I love them. That's the cat part of me speaking. You keep.
Get
I want
quoted.
to know how many. I want to know how many quotes of me or involving me there are.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Hello there, Dark Kryptonite. Thanks for the raid. How was your stream?
Oh look, a fellow supermarket here.
That sounds like a third-party, thing if I've ever heard one.
Hmm?
One of those ones that's just trying to steal the popularity of Supermarket Sim.
You should just become a supermarket sim like streamer. Just stream all of the variants and clones. Can that be the April Fool's special? You just rebrand your entire channel to be Supermarket Simulator and you just stream all of them.
Probably not.
Okay, that'll be peak. I feel like we should sell Wolpertingers in the supermarket.
Why?
They'd sell great. They're adorable. Who wouldn't want to buy one? And then you can get one in everyone's homes. And then when the time comes for the plot, there's an agent everywhere. In every house. Every neighborhood.
Gib Gab watching WoW Traditions, shipping Cobalt and Nova, and then saying he watches it for the plot. Mm-hmm. Sure.
If I'm watching Cobalt and Nova, that's twice the plot. I still think the thing that makes me happiest is mentioning Wattpad and Notepad were like the correct answer to elicit the maximum amount of emotional harm on everyone who has ever read a fic or written a fic. It was like picking the correct trigger words. And the funniest part about it is that I am literally like I am not just the trash, I am the stuff below the trash. When we were in
The funniest part is that you're contractually obligated to deliver that fanfic.
oh no. I would first need to consent of all the parties involved and the permission from Zip to use the characters and the setting.
Fortunately, we have a spreadsheet for that.
Yeah, but that's like I don't want to do that work. If I just get given the thumbs up, then I'm locked in and I will proceed to write peak
There,
comment.
I'm saying there is literally a spreadsheet where people have put in their preferences on whether they want to be a part of fanart and the limits of that fanart.
Yeah, but I don't have access to that spreadsheet.
You're so whiny.
Yeah.
It is pinned in the fan art channel.
Why are you smarter than this? Almost like you've been doing this for a long time and I don't appreciate it. SMH my head.
Well, cobalt is under ask first for shipping, so depending on how deep you're going with it, you might actually have to ask.
Alright, I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and call it on the stream. I got some good stuff done. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today for... Well, I need to update the credits, so one moment. Hold, please. There. Thank you everybody for joining today for this DevTales stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as picking up merch over at zgfgaming.store, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or by picking up packs of cards to stream loots. But for now, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to check out our SCAR system and let us know what you think of it. And I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Adieu.
Nuke.